Hey guys, welcome everybody to day 35 of the trading marathon here on this channel. My name is Daniel, and in today's video we are getting some advanced lessons, some advanced practice for the Elliottwave chart analysis method in here. And it's gonna require some effort, some brain cell stimulation, some brain cell activity from your side, because it's not simply learning some rules by heart. It's really watching me, what I'm doing, where I'm starting, what the points are that I'm focusing on, and what are the breaking points for the decision making. So that's what you should focus on this video. Well, I mean, it doesn't make any sense if we start in the chart where I already made some analysis, so we need to find another one. Let's go, for example, on the, what's there? OKX chart for Bitcoin, and well, the first step you always need to remember, we need to zoom out. We need to zoom out as far as possible, best case on a weekly time frame, okay? Because only if we really zoom out, we see what the overall count would be. And only if we know what the overall count would be, then we only know what the smaller time frames are counted like. Okay? If we don't know what the overall count on a weekly time frame is, we have no chance of deciding any Elliottwave count on the smaller time frames. So first step is you go on the weekly time frame. And then you check, first thing you check, that could have been a wave 1 and a wave 2. So you check if this is large enough to be a wave 3. And if that's the case, if that can be a wave 4. I honestly, let's check first of all if it's large enough to be a wave 3. Yes, it is. The only problem we see with this count, if we would count it like that, if we say it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see already there is an overlap. So it would mean that Bitcoin is building and leading diagonal, which is not a very bullish sign. So that's not what I'm going with, because I'm very bullish overall on the weekly time frame over the years on Bitcoin. So I'm not going with the scenario that we are forming here leading diagonal in some very sketchy way. I personally prefer the option, or what means I prefer, I see it as more likely that we have 1, 2, as we have a 1, 2 setup here. So we are actually gonna go in the wave 3, 4 and 5. And since we had another 1, 2 before, there will be another 4 and another 5. Okay, so that's our analysis on the, let's say, weekly time frame. If we are really looking over decades and years, okay, so that's where we are probably heading towards, okay. So then once we decided, okay, that's how we are probably heading over the years, we zoom in a little bit and we check, okay, how can we count this as a nice 1 and this as a nice 2, so that this all makes sense for us. And we see, okay, probably it was 1, 2, well, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, so there's been a 3, a 4 and a 5, bam. Let's make it green. And then as wave 2, probably what we are developing right now is a WXY. And why is it a WXY? Yeah, simply because we see an ABC in here, ABC in wave W, and ABC in the X wave, and right now we are building an ABC in the Y wave. Who would have thought, huh? So then once we have decided this specific Elliottwave count for this time frame, we probably want to zoom in and determine if this C from the Y wave is already over and it has bottomed or not, because if it would have bottomed right now, we would be super bullish, right? So let's check in the daily time frame, and we simply measure the price target here for this last wave by taking the length of the A wave and applying it to the B wave, and you can see that we are clearly missing some downwards momentum until the price target is hit, because the price target sits between the 45 and the 22,000 US dollars, okay? So, and then the next step would be, we try figuring out, if we got the 4-hour time frame, we try figuring out, well, so this must be a 5-wave impulse to the downside, right? So how the fuck will it go there? And you start counting, well, 1, 2, well, this was too small for 3. So you cannot say 3, 4, 5. So you must say, okay, this was a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4, 3, 5 of 3. Okay, so probably this is a wave 4, and we are seeing a wave 5, and within this green wave 3 we had this nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. So we are right now in the last 4, which probably is not over yet, or probably even this 3 is not over yet. That's what I actually believe. I believe here, because we need a 5 wave move for the 5 of 3, right? So if we are checking, that's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an ending diagonal for the 5 of 3. So then comes another 4 and another 5, and there you have it, the Bitcoin analysis. It can also go somehow deeper here in this low, and then a 4 and then a 5, but overall we must go somewhere down there, right? So that's how you do it, guys, and then you already know. And then you know that's if we just check over on the other on the Bitcoin chart, for example. That's exactly the count that I've been following you, and that's exactly what brought me my last profitable trades, because I went short here, I went short here, I went short here, here. You know, now that's actually all I'm doing. And then sometimes, when I'm not really clear about a certain count, or when I'm not sure if, you know, like something is valid, I make a screenshot, I ask ChatGPT, hey, do you think this is reasonable? Then other option is, I look at the RSI, for example. Let's check him out. Boom, we delete the 14 RSI. We change this one to, oops, 30, 21. Boom. And we check also here, we have a bearish convergence here right now, so also that doesn't really point towards the bottom. We can, you see where this is going, right? It's really then just all double checking, fake checking this Elliottwave count. You make it, and then once you made it, you find if there are any, you search for any flaws. You ask ChatGPT, you look some Elliottwave YouTubers, if this can be possible, and as long as it's possible, and as long as you're right, you follow this count. You follow this count. For example, if we get an impulse down now, yeah, well, then I will zoom in on the smaller time frames, let's say 1 hour time frame, and try to count the 5 waves. 1, 2, for example, if this makes now 1, 2, then as long as 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, once this is done, I know, oh, it's time to close my trade. We made 5 waves. I expected 5 waves. Oh, let's close it. And then we can reverse for the other 4, and so on and so forth, guys. Well, I hope this video was informative for you. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I hope you were able to learn something from it. If that's the case, don't forget to leave a subscription and a like down below the video. Ask some questions in the comment section. I will answer them. Feel free. And I hope we see each other in tomorrow's video when we are going to start to learn about the smart money concepts. It will be the last topic of the chart analysis section, and a very important one, which makes it even easier to work with the Elliott waves once you understood this concept. So, looking forward to tomorrow's lesson. See you there. Ciao, ciao.